April 20, 2010. A routine day on an offshore oil rig turns into one of the worst environmental disasters in history. Deepwater Horizon, 2016, brings this real-life nightmare to the big screen, and trust me, it's a roller coaster of chaos, heroism, and corporate greed. But how accurate is it? And what really happened that night? Stay with us as we break it all down. The movie follows Mike Williams, played by Mark Wahlberg, an experienced chief electronics technician on the Deepwater Horizon. He and his crew, including crew chief Jimmy Harrell, Kurt Russell, and navigation officer Andrea Fleitas, Gina Rodriguez, expect a routine shift. However, from the moment they arrive, things feel off. BP executives, especially Donald Vedrine, John Malkovich, are eager to speed up drilling and cut costs, ignoring crucial safety concerns. The Macondo well is unstable, but BP decides to push forward. Tensions rise when a crucial pressure test shows abnormalities, indicating that the well might be compromised. But BP executives dismiss the warnings, saying the test results are inconclusive. Chief Engineer Harrell, deeply concerned, warns them about the risks, but his protests fall on deaf ears. The decision is made to continue. A disaster is now inevitable. Then it happens. At around 9:45 p.m., the Macondo well blows out. A geyser of drilling mud shoots into the air, followed by a massive surge of methane gas. Within seconds, the gas ignites, triggering a catastrophic explosion that engulfs the rig in flames. Workers scramble for safety, but with systems failing and fire everywhere, survival becomes a desperate fight. The film does a phenomenal job capturing the horror of that night. The rig, once a massive steel structure, now resembles a war zone. Equipment is shredded, communication systems fail, and workers are either trapped or forced to make impossible decisions. One of the most heart-pounding moments is when Andrea Fleitas, seeing the entire rig in flames, makes a mayday call, something she wasn't technically authorized to do. It's a moment of real heroism. Meanwhile, Mike Williams and his crew battle to get the injured to lifeboats. But with explosions continuing and debris falling, not everyone makes it. As fire spreads uncontrollably, Williams is left with no choice. He must jump from the burning rig into the oil-covered waters below. So, how accurate is Deepwater Horizon? The film sticks close to the real events but takes some dramatic liberties. For example, in reality, Mike Williams didn't make a dramatic slow-motion leap into the ocean. He was actually pushed by the force of an explosion. However, many other details are shockingly accurate, from BP's negligence to the sheer chaos of the explosion. The real-life disaster was devastating. Of the 126 people on board, 11 lost their lives. Their names were Jason Anderson, Aaron Dale Burkeen, Donald Clark, Stephen Curtis, Gordon Jones, Roy Kemp, Carl Kleppinger Jr., Blair Manuel, Dewey Rivette, Shane Rochto, and Adam Weiss. The rig sank 2 days later, releasing millions of barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. The environmental impact was catastrophic, affecting marine life and coastal communities for years. After the disaster, BP faced massive lawsuits and paid over $65 billion in fines and settlements. However, many believe the punishment was not enough. The company's cost-cutting decisions led to this tragedy, and while some executives faced charges, none served significant jail time. The families of the victims still live with the consequences of that fateful night. Deepwater Horizon isn't just a disaster movie, it's a tribute to the 11 men who lost their lives, the survivors who fought to escape, and a stark reminder of what happens when profit is placed above safety. It's a story of corporate greed, human courage, and the devastating price of negligence. So, what do you think? Does Deepwater Horizon do justice to the real-life tragedy? Were BP's executives held accountable enough? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown of more incredible movies.